Hello everyone, I am Adem Akdogan. I'm going to introduce my game to you, the Adem. The Adem is a twine-based interactive game made by Adem Akdogan. This game is an interactive story that leads players to choose different options and have different gameplays. Story: you're a genius young man called Adem. You were recruited by the CIA and the US Army when you were a kid. You have been helping them win battles and overcome other countries in the war zones. Then you retired from the army at the age of 19 because you wanted to live in the city and work at the CIA Exo Division. Exo Division is a CIA subdivision that covers situations about criminal events by unidentified source or origin. Also located in New York. You go to adventures with your squad and try to find everything you can about the crime organization. This game includes a serious amount of CSS dialogue and centralized the passages. There are variables used to store information and give randoms and elaborate the gameplay. Also, there are relationship variables that affects the story in a very impactful way. You can see the twine screenshots at the right. Gameplay: you can play the game by following the passages and completing the tasks. For text input parts, you must enter the required information, nickname, save box, and press enter to continue the game. Uniqueness: what makes this game unique is that advanced story quality that could really satisfy the players. Multiple endings and variations of the gameplay that gives players freedom. Interaction with the characters feels very much real. Also, the story is created by me for a TV show idea, then I turned it into a twine game. And also, spoiler alert, building the hype for the sequel game. This is the in-game screenshots, and this is the end. Thank you for listening. We will continue with the twine and the game. So we are continuing with the twine, as you can see. These are the GIFs I use GIFs because I need an interactive visuals that are moving on the screen. You can see my CSS, you can see the story title, you can see the author, you can see this is the character passages. These are the character relationship passages that are important in the future of the story. You can see the forward of the story. This is like the first mission, second, and this is like the branched missions of the first mission and other missions. We continue, and yeah, we have lots of missions and branches and endings that players can easily find and love. So we can check the story statistic from here. Yeah, 5,000 words, almost 100 passages, 9 variables that are used very efficiently in here. They are really important. And let's check the game. So we know that we are a young man called Adem. We were recruited by the CIA and US Army when we were a kid. We want to work in a city at CIA Exo Division. Exo Division is a CIA subdivision, covers situations about the criminal events by unidentified source or origin. It's located in New York, so we have a meeting today at the headquarters. We are currently at our house and our agents asked us to send the data about our nickname for the missions. We can send our nickname and begin the adventure as Adem Wayne. Adem Wayne is our given name. I will choose King as my nickname. Send and join. You sent your nickname data to headquarters. You are Adem King Wayne from now on. You are still at home drinking your coffee and have a short breakfast. You are really excited to work with EXO, even though you are probably outrank even the director of EXO. You have finished your breakfast. It's time to move and leave the house. Begin to your new life. Go to headquarters. You entered the headquarters. You are impressed by the technologies that are used in this place. You are now walking to your office. It's a common office but designed pretty well and comfortable. You see that every high-rank agent of the office is waiting for you in the meeting room. You are about to enter the room. So, everyone welcomes you and meeting stars. Director Adem says there are robberies happening all around the world. What makes them different is that they use same methods while doing so. Your job is to find everything you can about this global criminal organization and bring them to justice, says director. Meeting is over for now, so you can meet with your squad. You introduce yourself to the squad as Adem King Wayne. Let's meet the squad. So this is the character page that I'm talking about. You can meet with characters, you have relationship points, and these relationships affects the story in very impactful ways. You will see now. Let's meet with Director Pierce. You're entering to his office. He stands you to sit with his gestures. He opens your resume, surprised on, "You can really outrank me with your resume, huh?" Director Pierce says. Choose how to answer him. You can choose arrogantly, "I am the best thing the organization has seen," or you can be humble and "I want to use my skills to help our squad." Let's help our squad and be humble about it. I'm glad to hear such a humble answer. I look forward to work with you, says Director Pierce. Your relationship with Pierce is 20. It's increased to 20. You can get back to work or you can meet with another person. Let's meet with another person. So, you will meet with Donald, the IT specialist. Now, you are at Donald's desk asking about the tech software on the computers. You ask him what kind of softwares we are using. It's a special software we use on CIA Exo Division, Donald says, and shows the software features to you. You ask, "Did you find anything about the crime organization that robs banks all over the world?" He says, "I'm cross-referencing the records. We will learn about this soon." You can answer him cocky and you say, "Do your work faster." Or you can be supportive to him, like, "That's good, I'm really curious about those criminals." It's up to you, and my advice to you is that you should try to keep your relationships high with the characters because they will be impactful in the future. You'll see. That's really curious. If you need anything, you know where to find me, Donald says. You thank him and leave his desk. Your relationship with Donald is 20. Let's meet with someone else. Meet with Emily, the tactical specialist, Emily. You were walking to your desk and you saw Emily. She started a conversation with you. "I heard that you were in the army since you were a kid. How was that a fun experience?" she said. You can talk to her honestly or say it's none of her business. Let's talk to her honestly. Because Emily might be important for us. We'll see. It was a really different experience. Expanding your physical and logical part of yourself by being in the army since childhood has impacts on you in so many ways. I had a father figure in the army. His name was Commander Simmons. He really was a strong and intelligent man. He passed away in an explosion. We couldn't even find the body. This happened 5 years ago, and since then I didn't feel good about the army. So I needed some change, you say. She is surprised with your answer, so I hope that we can be your new home, she says. You say, "I hope so too. And let's get back to work before the director kicks our ass," she says. Your relationship with Emily is 20. Let's get back to work. You continue to your work after session. You're trying to find any entry about this organization in the web. All these robberies and not a single news. Something is different with this organization. It's like they are not exist or someone is trying really hard to cover them. "Oh my god, I found something." Donald shouts. Let's go check what is it that he found. Everyone is at Donald's desks. He said, "I found something that is really interesting." You ask him, "What did you find?" He says, I found whenever a robbery happens by this organization, there are multiple searches happening on CCTVs with the exact same signature. So Emily asks, when is the last time this search happened? He says, I am checking it right now, and also I wrote an algorithm so whenever it happens, we will know. Let's wait for the search alert. While you were waiting with the robbery alert, you chat with Emily. You ask her, I learned that you really care about tactics in raids. What made you care about this stuff? She says, I was really into strategy books and also strategy games like chess when I was a kid. So that really had an impact on me. Also, I believe that if you have no tactics before battle, it means you're a blind soldier, and that's why there's no way you can win. You can say it's stupid, and you can argue with her, or you can say it's true and tactics are important. We will not argue with her right now. We say tactics are important. You say I'm totally agree with you. If you enter a battle without tactics, you leave your fate to chance. Your job is important for our survival and success. Emily says, I'm really glad you think the same way as I do. We will be a good match on the field. You are really getting along with her, and Donald shouts, something is happening. Let's check on Donald. By the way, your relationship with Emily is increased to 30. I am getting the same signature search in the right here in New York City. It's around National Bank of New York City. Search just began, so we have to be quick to stop them, Donald says. Director Pierce say, Emily, Adem, and Donald, gather your teams to head over the bank. You should prepare for stopping the robbery. You are talking with Emily while preparing. It's your time to shine, Emily. What tactics we will use to stop robbery, you say. She says, we will cover all of the exits, and we'll do a quick in and out. Waiting is not a good option against these criminals. You can agree with her or disagree with her. Let's agree with her. I agree with the plan. We must use an element of surprise to stop them, you say. Emily agrees with you. You are getting along with her just fine, and you should continue the mission and stop the robbery. Let's head over the bank. By the way, our relationship with Emily is increased to 40. We are not arguing with her right now. We are saying everything she says is right. You are outside of the National Bank. Everything looks normal so far. You are about to enter the bank, but you hear a deafening sound. Boom! Every building on the street explodes. Cars are exploding. Chaos everywhere. This must be a distraction. You must enter the bank quickly. Enter the bank. You enter the bank with Emily, Donald, and rest of the squad. Everyone is running around with panic. You are heading to bank vault. Enter the bank vault. You entered the bank vault, but no one is there. They probably just left. You are looking into vaults and find out what they stole, and you see all the money is still in there. They didn't steal any money. They stole something special in vault 618. Emily says, there's no one here. We should go outside to find them. You agree with her. Let's go out. You are outside of the bank. You are trying to spot any criminals, but there are chaos everywhere, so it's hard to spot them. So you spot a potential threat is running away from the bank. You can either go after him or get back to headquarters. We should go after him. You are running after the potential threat. None of your squad members is following you. You see that potential threat is heading to dark alley. You can either get back to headquarters and don't go after him, or go into dark alley. You will go into dark alley. You enter the dark alley. You see 7 armed guy next to minivan. You have no choice but to fight them. You are beating one person, but Others are still hitting you. Ark, you shout. They beat you well and you're down. You can beg for mercy or threaten them if they don't let you go. We beg for mercy, please let me go. I'll do anything you ask, you beg. After waiting for a minute, they agree to let you go. Let's run away from them. You are running away from the alley, but bang! They tricked you and shot you from the back. You are dead and all of those beggings were just in vain. You were killed in alley. Every one of your squad members and also Commander Simon's daughter Olivia and your parents are at your funeral. You are dead but not forgotten. At least not yet. Let's fix our mistake and don't go after him this time. Let's don't go after him. You return to headquarters. Everyone is in a meeting, including you. You are analyzing today's robbery. Emily says they didn't steal the money, they stole an item that registered the fake identity. Director Pierce says what they stole must be more valuable than any other item in the bank, so you must find them. However, this is enough for today. You are all tired and get some rest. Get some rest, return to headquarters next day. So you rested at home all night and return to headquarters in the morning. You are at your desk trying to find evidence about this criminal organization. Ring! Your phone rings and informant calls you. Let's answer the phone or ignore the phone. First, we will ignore the phone. You ignore the phone and continue with your work. Hours later, you see on the news that your childhood friend Olivia, that is a Commander Simon's daughter, has been killed by a gang. You rush outside and go to your car. You drive to crime scene to find out what happened to her. Arrive to crime scene. Let's choose. You arrive to crime scene. There are cops and forensics working on the scene. You are seeing the informant next to crime scene. Let's go to him. Talk to the informant. You ask, what are you doing here? Informant says, I called you earlier because of this. I heard that one of your friends was in danger and so I tried to warn you. However, you didn't answer the phone and all of this happened. You feel very sad and depressed after what you heard. You could have stopped her from dying, but you didn't. You go to your house and you're drinking and looking at your gun. An idea flashes in your head. So, you can either kill yourself or you don't have the courage to kill yourself. You don't have any courage. You didn't kill yourself and you will live in misery for the rest of your life. Coward. So, let's fix our mistake this time by answering the phone. You answer the informant's call. Informant says, I heard in the streets that your friend Commander's daughter Olivia might get in trouble. I am sending you a location. You say, alright, good work, I'm heading there. Let's go to location. You are at location, there's a warehouse. She must be in there. You step out of your car and get into the warehouse. Anything can happen. Be careful. You can either enter the warehouse or you could chicken out and run away. Just enter the warehouse. You enter the warehouse, you walk a while, then you see Olivia. There are lasers on Olivia. They are hiding and waiting to shoot her. You jump in the room and shoot randomly to distract enemies. You are running away from the enemies. They are raining bullets after you. They got you from the shoulder. You are holding on to Olivia and getting into your car. Escape the warehouse. You escape the warehouse and Olivia is driving your car and you say drive to headquarters. She says, Adem, what were you doing there? How did you find me? You say, I heard from an informant you might be in danger. And I heard right. What were you doing down there without backup? She says, I didn't know they were all there. I was following a lead. Ask her about the lead. I am after a crime family that robs banks but doesn't steal any money from them. You instantly realize the pattern. What? Really? I am after that family too. They are really organized. Your relationship with Olivia is 100. You can either advise her or you can say you're just stupid to go after them alone. Yes, advise her. You shouldn't have go after them alone. They're really dangerous. I was worried about you. She says, you're right. It was a mistake, but I'm glad you were there to save me. First encounter after many years, and you're glad to see her very much. And your relationship with Olivia is increased to 110. Ask details about the lead. So what did you find about them, you ask? They are a global organization and spread all over the world. They are really loyal to each other. After analyzing every robbery they made, I realized that they're not just a criminal organization, they are a crime family, she says. You say that changes everything. She's agree with you. Ask her to join CIA Exo Division. Olivia, you should join the Exo Division. She's thinking. Leaving my own house on squad would be difficult. You say, direct them into this situation, you will regret it quickly. She says, you're right, I'll join the CIA Exo Division. This enters the squad. You ask everyone to pay attention to you. This is Olivia. I have known her for a long time. She is my Commander Simmons' daughter. I heard that she was working on the same case as we do, and she has some new information we can use. So I brought her here, you say. Everyone welcomes her, you work on new details. This is it for today. You ask Emily, Donald, Olivia, we live in the same area, let's go together. They agree with you, let's go to your house. You first take Olivia to her house, then go with Emily and Donald. You park your car and walk with them, you chat about your day, then your paths separate. They go to their house, you go to yours. Let's go to your house. You're outside of your house, bang, someone shot you from the right. You shot them back, then bang again. Someone from your left shot you this time. You shot him too, but you're hurt. A van arrives the street with more armed criminal. They shot you multiple times and leave you on the street to die. You lose conscious. Emily and Donald's near you and they heard gunshots. They are calling the ambulance. You are arriving hospital in 20 minutes. You are barely living. Can you survive this? It's surgery time. So you're in the surgery. Doctors are trying their best to help you. Oh my god, your heart just stopped. You have to fight it to survive. You can just give it up or you can fight to survive. Let's fight to survive. You tried but couldn't fight it successfully. You are about to die. You can now give up or you can fight it again. Let's fight it again. Let's fight to survive. And you couldn't survive either. You can either give up. Let's give up. You just gave up, but no, you want to fight again. Let's fight to survive again. We couldn't do that. Let's fight to survive again. We couldn't do that. Let's fight to survive again. We couldn't do that. Let's fight. Yes. You survived the surgery and now you're in the intensive care. You'll rest for now and continue to your adventure. Let's wake up. You woke up at the hospital. Olivia, Donald and Emily has been there for you all the time. You ask what happened. Olivia says they must have seen that you saved me and messed with their plans, so they tried to eliminate you, but thankfully you survived. This kind of instance reminds you life is too short to delay things, so we will continue, and now you will see the importance of relationships. So, if you didn't have a really high relationship with Emily, this page wouldn't open and you will directly go to home and rehab. But now you say, Emily, I should have done this. The day we met, will you go on a date with me? She says yes. I think the bullets brought back some things to you. She says, ha ha ha, they might be, you say. Time passes and everyone gets back to their work. Couple days later, you are waiting for doctor to allow you leave hospital, and yes, doctors allow you to leave hospital. You need a strong rehab after this. Your relationship with Emily increased to 240. Let's go to home and rehab. So if you didn't have any relationship points, you wouldn't seen that page, that previous page. But you have a relationship, and that's it. So you are rehabbing after the incident. You need some payback. Let's get back to work. You can say Donald tells you how do you feel, man? That feels terrible. You can either say none of your business, or you can talk to him. Let's talk to him nicely. You say it was a really difficult period and you're getting along with him, then Olivia shouts, I found something. You go to Olivia, by the way, your relationship with Donald increased. Olivia found that they use same type of van in another crime scene. She just found a match. We should head over. Where did you find it, you ask? They're in London, she says. We have to travel overseas. Director Pierce says, go and find them. Show no weakness. Road to London. You're flying to London to find this organization. Continue mission. You arrive at the location the van has last seen by CCTV in London. It's a warehouse. The van is in front of the building. Go on the building. You enter the warehouse. It's dark and got couple entrances. You must enter one of the entrances. Enter the door. It's a false entrance. It's empty. You can go back and enter the door again. You chose the right door. There's a guy in the room. He's trying to hide himself from you. You punch him a couple times. He's not ready to talk. Interrogate him. You ask, where is that family? He doesn't answer to you. You can continue talking with him, or you can break all his fingers. Continue with him. He still doesn't talking to you, so you can break all of his fingers and make him scream. So he is crying and says, yes, I will talk. So you ask, where can I find them in London? You say, he says, it's under Westminster Palace. There is a secret entrance from the subway, he says. Alright, it's time to head to central London. Let's go to Westminster Palace. Secret entrance. You arrive at the secret entrance of Westminster Palace. You are walking inside the tunnel. It's dark. Then you hear Emily saying, look, there's a door. You say, yes, but it's locked. We need a key code. Let's decrypt the password. You must open the door. We are under the tunnel of Westminster Palace. The cipher must be about Guy Fawkes. Maybe the year he died. Let's see. 1606. Let's see. Yes, we opened the door and now action begins. We enter the hallway. You heard some noises. There are multiple hostiles in the corner. Let's rain fire. You rain bullets to enemies, but there's an enemy comes from other side of the hallway and targets you. Bang. You heard a gunshot. Oh no. Donald just sacrificed himself for you. He jumped in front of you to take the bullet. You get really angry and are killing everyone like a machine. So the thing is that if you didn't have a good relationship with Donald, he wouldn't have sacrificed himself for you. So you are alive thanks to your relationship with Donald that you previously increased. And the relationships are important, as I said before. You find some evidence in the phones. You see a location, a mansion. You tell your squad to come with you. You tell others to have a proper funeral for Donald. You go to mansion. You eliminate the enemies. Most of the targets, they burn the evidence, but there's an old safe and it may store tons of information. But let's try the password we tried before. It is 1606, like Guy Fawkes, the year he died, to get the evidence we need. Yes, we opened the safe. Let's analyze everything that we found. What we found is interesting. The crime family build and expand around the big secret. Details of the secret is unclear, but there's a secret government agency that they work with. They must be the reason that no one knows about them. In the paper, there is a location of the secret base located in New York. You must return to stateside. You return to stateside. Let's return to New York. You return to New York, you have the location of secret government base that covers the crime family. It has been a tiring journey, but you must do this for yourself and Donald. You arrive at the base. Let's enter the base. You enter the base. There are 15 soldiers in front of you. You hear a voice from behind. "Hey kid," says old man. The old man comes forward and no freaking way. It's Commander Simmons. You and Olivia are looking at each other. You're surprised. You ask, "How is this possible?" Simmons says, "I faked my death to join this organization. We have bigger problems than Middle East." You say, "Like what?" "What could be the problem that made you fake your death?" Olivia asks. "I'm sorry, Olivia. I thought you would be safer without all this," Simmons says. "So you are gonna tell us what is it, or you're just gonna wait until we disappear?" You ask. "There's a threat to our world from beyond reach, and aliens from a planet we don't even know. They've been here longer than we have," Simmons says. "Are you serious?" you ask sarcastically. Simmons says, "Come with me." You follow Simmons. You are following Simmons. Simmons enters in a lab. They show you the alien ship that is caused to our planet. They show you the alien. So Simmons says, "You can join me and find everything you can about aliens before they invade our planet." And you say yes. Everyone in your squad agrees with you. Let's prepare for aliens. So you and your squad are working with Organization Simmons to stop the aliens. So, like I said, the relationship is important in this game. You survived because of your relationship with Donald. You have a girlfriend because you have a good relationship with Emily. So that's it for the presentation. Thank you.